Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Heat Zone Live, courtesy of Kendall Sports Network. The Miami Heat are back in action as they take on the Indiana Pacers for what should be a Palm Sunday showdown in the Circle City. Both teams, I know the Miami Heat were reeling from a very tough loss against the Cleveland Cavaliers from 2 nights ago, but they look to get it right back against a Pacer squad that has been on the mend somewhat, especially after losing Tyrese Halliburton to an ACL injury going back from last season. So right now, even though the Pacers, record has been abysmal, I wouldn't undermine this team whatsoever. Especially if they can manage to strum up a win against this Heat team. But it should be a very high scoring game between these two teams. Especially with how the way the especially how the way the Heat have been playing with the pace and everything. So considering that Miami needs all the wins that they can get heading down the stretch of this season, and they're still in the play-in, a lot can happen between now and towards the end of the season. So here are my 3 keys for tonight's game. Key number 1, get back to that defensive mindset. The one thing that hurt Miami going to this game against Cleveland, I mean, the Cleveland game from 2 nights ago, was that they didn't have that defensive aggressiveness and authority that they had against Cleveland. I mean, even though Jarrett Allen came back from injury to help the Cavaliers win that game, and of course Max Strus with his 3-point shooting, it felt like Miami didn't do much on the defensive end and were hoping to just get defensive rebounds. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers were putting hands in faces and just dominating in the paint. So Miami needs to get back to that defensive mindset again. Key number 2. This would be getting back to drawing fouls and attacking the paint. Miami needed to do more of that. Especially going back from 2 nights ago. The Heat definitely had to have attacked the paint more in order to get their offensive going. But instead they relied on the mid-range game, the 3-point game, which helped for a little bit. But they definitely lost in the second quarter. No thanks to the lax defense and not getting much traction on offense. So if Miami needs to get down in a hurry, they need to go downhill in a hurry and attack the rim. And last and certainly but not least, get Bam and Khalil Ware on the same starting lineup. Bam and Khalil Ware would have been ideal for the Heat going up against the Cavaliers from 2 nights ago. I mean, the Heat had to have known that Jarrett Allen was going to come back sooner or later, but that's neither here nor there. The twin tower combination of Bam and Khalil Ware needs to be more prominent, and we need to see more minutes between those two guys. So, seeing what's been going on with the Miami Heat, struggling to get out of the play-in, trying not to embarrass themselves again. This is another game that needs a lot of meaning for Miami, and heading down the stretch for the final few games. So right now, the players are getting warmed up, and we will have opening tip-off very soon. And we are back, ready to begin tonight's game. Here's a look at our starting lineup for the Miami Heat. We have Pelle Larsson, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Davion Mitchell. Seems like Miami is going to the small ball approach against the Pacers tonight. So we need to see not only some aggressiveness on defense, but also the Heat need to go downhill. And for the Indiana Pacers, we have Ethan Thompson, Jalen Slauson, Pascal Siakam, Quentin Jackson, and Andrew Nembhard. So as I mentioned about the Miami Heat going small ball, the Indiana Pacers are also going small ball as well. But the key factor for this one, or I should say key factors, are Pascal Siakam and Andrew Nembhard. So those are two players Miami needs to be very mindful of. And we know exactly how potent and capable these two guys are on offense. I mean, so far, Indiana, they are ranked last in the Eastern Conference, so they should be going for a draft lottery pick. Hopefully, a top 3 lottery pick, if not the number 1 pick itself. All right, so right now, both teams are getting ready. They're already warmed up, and we should have opening tip-off very soon. All right. All right, there you see the Miami Heat, Bam Adebayo. Of course, there's Andrew Nembhard for the Indiana Pacers. Like I said, this is a game that Miami should see themselves back in the win column against this Pacers squad. All right, both teams getting the formalities out of the way. There's Pascal Siakam heading onto the floor. All right, so players are still getting themselves warmed up, but we should have tip off right away. Here's the tip. And Indiana will retrieve the ball. All right, Pascal Siakam has it. Guarded by Andrew Wiggins. Siakam drives in, kicks it out. Indiana swinging the ball around. Here's Siakam for 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Miami. Here comes Bam. Gives it to Wiggins. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Indiana. Here comes Andrew Nembhard. Flying down to the lane. Gets the layup. And he does. And Indiana are on the board. All right, here comes Miami. Bam, guarded by Pascal Siakam. Gives it to Tyler Hero. Hero for 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Indiana. Andrew Nembhard, guarded by Davion Mitchell. Finds Siakam, and he gets fouled. So Pascal Siakam will go to the line for 2 free throws. All right, that last foul was on Pelle Larsson. Pascal Siakam misses the first free throw. And Pascal Siakam goes 1 of 2 from the line. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell drives in. Kicks it out to Wiggins. To Pelle Larsson. To Tyler Hero. To Bam. Bam guarded by Pascal Siakam. Almost loses the ball. Ball goes sailing out of bounds, and it will be last touched by the Heat. All right, here comes Andrew Nembhard. Guarded by Andrew Wiggins. All right, Pascal Siakam has the ball. Stole it away by Wiggins, and here comes the Heat. Tyler Hero almost thought about going for the three, and gets the basket to put the Heat on the board. All right, here comes Pascal Siakam driving in. He gets fouled again, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul's going to be on Davion Mitchell. Pascal Siakam went nowhere to go. He could have put that shot up if he wanted to. All right, so Indiana will have it side out instead. All right, here comes Nembhard. Indiana almost loses the ball. Gives it right back to Pascal Siakam, who drives in, misses the lip. And oh no, Bam Adebayo is down and he is clutching his ankle. That's the last thing Miami wants to see. Is one of their star players down with an injury. Bam Adebayo turned his ankle while trying to retrieve the ball. All right, so Bam is up. He's walking gingerly. Hopefully nothing too serious. All right, so it'll be Heat ball instead. All right, here comes Miami. Pelle Larsson has the ball. Larsson gets fouled, and I think that's going to be side out for Miami. Foul's going to be on Thompson. All right, here comes Pelle Larsson. Gives it to Bam. Bam drives in. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins knocks down the three. Andrew Chief Wiggins 3 for Miami. All right, here comes Nembhard. Nembhard passes it out. Gets it right back. Thompson couldn't get a hold on it, and it will be going out of bounds. Heat ball. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell gives it out to Pelle Larsson. Here comes Wiggins. Gives it to Bam. Bam thought about going for the corner three. Runs the baseline, but he gets fouled. Bam will go to the line for 2 free throws. Fouls on Pascal Siakam. All right, here we go. Bam Adebayo at the line for 2 free throws. Knocks down the first free throw. And Indiana already making a substitution as Pascal Siakam will take a seat. And Bam knocks down both free throws. Here comes Nembhard. Thompson now has it. Back to Nembhard. Nembhard with a fadeaway. Misses. Rebound goes to Miami. Here comes Davion. Finds Wiggins. Finds Pelle Larsson. And that's a solid play from Miami. As the Heat lead by 6. And there's a 3 on the way. That one rims out. And here comes the Heat again. All right, here comes Wiggins. Wiggins passes it out to Tyler Hero for 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Indiana. Excuse me. Nembhard now has it. And the Pacers break away for the uncontested layup. All right, here comes Tyler Hero. And Hero gets the basket under the rest. And I think there's going to be an off-ball foul. I think that should be an off-ball foul on Indiana. All right, so Paolo Larson will go to the line. Misses the and one opportunity. And Indiana will recover the ball. All right, here comes Nembhard. That's a 3 on the way for Indiana. Rims off. Rebound goes to Bam. Here comes Davion Mitchell to Tyler Hero. Hero for 3. And nope, that's going to be an offensive foul on Miami. Basket does not count. So Paolo Larson already with 2 fouls. And Jaime Jaquez Jr. will enter the game for Miami, replacing Larson. Larson already with 2 points and 2 fouls. All right, here comes Nembhard. Indiana couldn't get a hold of that one. The ball sails out of bounds. It will be Heat ball. Indiana already with 4 turnovers to Miami's 2. Davion Mitchell driving in and gets the layup. Miami's lead goes up to 8, and we got ourselves a timeout. The Heat are on a roll so far as they lead 13-5. And we are back. Score is 13-5. Miami off to a hot start. Miami's off to a good start so far. But let's see if they can keep it up for the remainder of the whole game. Already, Pascal Siakam is out with 2 fouls for for Indiana, and Pelle Larsson with 2 points and 2 fouls for the Heat. All right, here comes Nembhard, bringing it up to the floor for Indiana. Nembhard gets tripped up, and he gets fouled. All right, Nembhard is walking very gingerly. All right, Andrew Wiggins picking up his first foul of the game. All right, here comes Nembhard. Indiana swinging the ball around. They lose it, and here comes the Heat. Bam, brings it up to the floor. Gives it to Hero. Hero thought about going for the three. Hero fakes him out again. Miami swinging the ball. They give it to Davion Mitchell. Here goes Davion. Out to Tyler Hero for three. And that one rims off. Rebound goes to the Pacers. Here comes Nembhard flying down to the lane. And gets the layup. The Pacers trail by 6. Here comes Tyler Hero. Hero drives in. Gets the basket. And the Heat go up by 8. All right, here come the Pacers. Swinging the ball around. Going for the corner three. And they get it. Ryan Potter knocking down that three for Indiana. Andrew Wiggins gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Sorry, that was Micah Potter. Excuse me, not Ryan Potter. All right, Wiggins goes to the line for 2 free throws. Wiggins knocks down the first free throw. All right. Andrew Wiggins going for a second free throw. And Wiggins makes both free throws. So now the Heat lead by 7. Indiana already with 4 fast break points to Miami's 2. TJ McConnell is also in the game for Indiana. And Micah Potter knocks down another 3. So right now the Pacers are trailing by 4 in this game. Miami swinging the ball around. Davion Mitchell goes for 3. And good night, off night, Davion Mitchell, 3 for Miami. All right, here comes the Pacers. Looking to answer back. TJ McConnell finds an open player and it gets the layup. Brown with the layup for Indiana. And Miami causes that turnover. Almost a turnover, I should say. Jaime Jaquez Jr. recovers the ball. Gives it to Bam. Goes baseline. Kicks it out to Tyler Hero. Hero gets the basket. And the Heat go up by 7. All right, here comes Nembhard. Nembhard kicks it out to McConnell. McConnell for 3. And TJ McConnell sinks that 3 as the Pacers trail by 4. All right, here comes Tyler Hero. Hero kicks it out to Jaquez. Jaquez for 3. Rims off. Rebound goes to Nembhard. Here comes TJ McConnell. McConnell to Nembhard. Nembhard kicks it out to Potter for 3. And Micah Porter sinks another three. And all of a sudden, the Pacers are coming back into this one. Miami has a 1-point lead, 22-21. And we are back. Score is 22-21. Miami has a 1-point lead, but the Pacers are starting to come back into this one. Micah Porter, one of the three players, been knocking down 3-pointers for the Pacers, along with TJ McConnell and of course Nembhard getting the baskets. So Indiana's starting to find their way back into this one. Micah Porter so far he has 9 points for the Pacers, shooting 41% from 3-point land. Like 41% this whole season. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. All right, Kelly Ware is in the game for the Heat. Hawkins almost lost the ball. Here comes Davion. Kicks it out to Tyler Hero for 3. And Tyler Superhero knocks down that 3 for Miami. Hero right now with 11 points, shooting 5 for 8 from the field. Another 3 on the way. And Indiana answers right back with a 3 of their own from Micah Porter. And here comes Davion Mitchell to Hawkins, to Hero, to Pelle Larsson. Larsson muscles his way in. Sorry, that's Simone Fontecchio muscling his way in. He gets fouled, and he's going to the line for 2 free throws. That foul is going to be on Micah Porter. Simone Fontecchio knocks down the first free throw. And Fontecchio goes 1 of 2 from the line. Here come the Pacers. TJ McConnell pulls up, misses the basket. Rebound goes to Miami. Hawkins to Fontecchio. Fontecchio misses the layup. Rebound goes to Micah Porter. Here comes TJ McConnell to Nembhard. Nembhard guarded by Hawkins. TJ McConnell, uncontested three, and he knocks it down to give the Pacers the lead. TJ McConnell already with 6 points in this game, going 2 for 2 for three-point land. Fontecchio misses the three. Rebound goes to Indiana. All right, here comes TJ McConnell. Micah Porter blows by Kelaware and gets a dunk as the Pacers lead goes up to 3. All right, here comes Tyler Hero, long range three, and he sinks it. Tyler Superhero knocks down that three. And we're all tied at 29. There's a three on the way. That one's an air ball. Rebound goes to Kelaware. Here comes Tyler Hero. Hero, another three. Rims off. Recovered by Hero. Hero kicks it out to Davion Mitchell. To Kellel. Back to Hero. Hero guarded by Porter. And Tyler Hero knocks it down as the Heat retake the lead. Tyler Hero already with 16 points, shooting 7 for 11 from the field. And TJ McConnell easily gets that basket, and we're all tied at 31. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Gives it to Jaime Jaquez. Jaquez loses the ball, recovers it, gets tangled up, and it's going to be a jump ball. All right, and Nembhard will come out of the game for the Pacers. Indiana wins the tip, and here they come. Jackson kicks it out to McConnell. McConnell backing down Kasper Siakam. Porter sets the screen. Indiana swinging the ball all around. And that's going to be a 24-second violation on the Pacers, so it'll be Heat ball. Nice defensive sequence from the Heat. Indiana already with 6 turnovers. Miami has 3. Here comes Jaime Jaquez. Pelle Larsson drives in. Kelaware goes up for the dunk, and the Heat retake the lead. All right, Pacers will have the ball. Here comes TJ McConnell. McConnell guarded by Pelle Larsson. Shot clock and game clock separated by 1 second. McConnell knocks it down. McConnell knocks it down and will go to the line for the and one. McConnell guarded by Kelaware, and he manages to get the basket over him. And McConnell knocks down the and one. Here comes Jaquez. Jaquez fires it up. Knocks down the three, and that's going to end the first quarter. The Heat answer right back with a basket right in Indiana's face as they retake the lead at the end of the first quarter. Miami had a sizable lead until the Pacers started making a comeback of their own, and it went back and forth between these two teams. And with a buzzer beater from Jaquez at the three-point line, the Heat lead 36-34. Stay tuned for more action in the second quarter. And we are back, ready to begin the second quarter. Miami leads 36-34. Here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr., who knocked down that buzzer-beating three at the end of the first quarter. Gives it to Pelle Larsson. Kelaware sets the screen. Here comes Jaquez. Jaquez flies in, gets a layup, and the Heat go up by 4. Here comes TJ McConnell. McConnell gives it to a teammate. And the Pacers will go for the and one. Nicely done by Brown. So he will go to the line for the and one. And Brown makes the and one. So the Pacers trail by 1. Here comes Kasparas Jakujunas. Jakujunas gives it to Jaquez. To Kelaware. Here comes Pelle Larsson. Larsson drives in, gets a layup, and he does. And the Heat go up by 3. Here comes TJ McConnell. McConnell guarded by Jaquez. Back to Pascal Siakam. Siakam gets double teamed. Brown goes for 3, and he sinks it, and we're all tied at 40. All right, here comes Jaquez. Jaquez guarded by Kobe Brown. Misses a fadeaway, and here come the Pacers. Kobe Brown drive it into the lane. Gives it to Pascal Siakam. Siakam loses the ball and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Heat ball. Here comes Hawkins. Kicks it out to Simone Fontecchio for three. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Paolo Larson. Larson drives in. He gets fouled and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Paolo Larson missing the first free throw. And Paolo Larson goes 1 of 2 from the line. All right, here comes TJ McConnell. McConnell guarded by Paolo Larson. Pascal Siakam for 3. And he sinks it. And the Pacers retake the lead. All right, here comes Kasper Giacojunas. Giacojunas spins in, gets the layup, and he gets fouled. So Kasper Giacojunas will go to the line for 2 free throws. Kasper Giacojunas knocks down the first free throw. Right. TJ McConnell and Shepard come out of the game for Indiana. Jackson comes in for the Pacers. And Kasper Giacojunas knocks down both free throws for the Heat. We're all tied at 43. Here comes Kobe Brown. Finds Thompson for 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Kelly Ware. All right. Here come the Heat. Paolo Larson drives in. Finds Hawkins. Hawkins thought about going for the 3. Hawkins backing down Thompson. And Kasper Giacojunas missing that 3. Rebound goes to Indiana. And the Pacers knock down that 3 to retake the lead. Obi Toppin knocking that one down to get himself on the board. Here comes Kelly Ware. Kelly Ware spins in, misses the basket, but he gets... And that's going to be an offensive foul on the Heat. All right, Bam Adebayo re-enters the game for Miami. He replaces Kelly Ware. All right, here comes Jackson. Gives it to Obi Toppin. Toppin to Pascal Siakam. Siakam spins in, gets the layup, and it's good. And the Pacers go up by 5. Right, here comes Hawkins. Hawkins flies in, gets the basket, and it will be an and one opportunity for the Heat. Nicely done by Hawkins. Hawkins driving through traffic and getting the basket. And Hawkins makes the and one. Jaime Jaquez Jr. now with 8 points in this game for Miami. All right, here comes Indiana. Jackson drives in, gets the layup, and the Pacers go up by 4. Here comes Kasper Siakam, gives it to Bam. Bam blows right past Pascal Siakam and gets the layup. And the Heat are within 2. Here comes Siakam, gives it to Obi Toppin for 3. Rims off, and that's going to go out of bounds. It will be Heat ball. All right, here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. Gives it to Pelle Larsson. Larsson fakes him out, gets the layup, and the Heat tied the game at 50, and we got ourselves a timeout. Once again, back and forth these two teams go as we're all tied at 50. And we are back. Score tied at 50. Both the Heat and the Pacers have been going back and forth. And there we see C.J. Miles, former Pacers guard, played for them from 2014 to 2017. He's on hand to take pictures for the Pacers. Of course, C.J. Miles was part of the Paul George years when Indiana was considered an Eastern Conference powerhouse next to the Miami Heat. So good to see C.J. Miles in the Pacers building. So right now the Pacers will have possession of the ball. Here comes Obi Toppin, driving through the lane. They give it to Quentin Jackson. Jackson out to Thompson. Gives it to Obi Toppin. Toppin pulls up, gets the basket, and will go to the line for the and one. Obi was also talking some smack to Myron Gardner too. Obi Toppin sizing up, Myron Gardner talking a lot of smack to him after that basket. All right, so Toppin will go to the line for the and one. And he knocks down the and one, so the Pacers go up by 3. All right, here comes Miami. Ball goes sailing out of bounds, so it'll be Pacers ball again. All right, here comes Pascal Siakam. Gives it to Jackson, to Toppin, back to Siakam. Indiana swinging the ball around. Finds Jackson, gets his shot blocked, and here comes the Heat. Myron Gardner coming up big with that block. Here comes Pelle Larsson. Spins in. And Myron Gardner's there for the putback in the finish as the Heat trail by 1. And that's going to be a kick ball violation on the Heat. I thought for sure Myron Gardner was going to come up with a big steal. All right, now Indiana will have his side out. Nembhard inbounds it. Gives it to Pascal Siakam. Siakam goes for 3. Siakam knocks it down. And the Pacers go up by 4. And I think there may be a foul on Miami. So yes, Indiana will get possession of the ball again after that foul on Miami. Pascal Siakam again for 3, and he sinks it. And that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. The Heat's defense is breaking down, and this is not a good sign for them. The Pacers lead 59-52. And we are back. Score is 59-52. Indiana has a 7-point lead in this game. Pascal Siakam, he's been automatic from behind the arc. He's been getting some good looks so far in this game. And even worse, the Heat defense has been sagging off on him. Like I said, this is one of the few guys that is a threat to the Miami Heat. Of course, I already mentioned TJ McConnell and Nembhard. So right now, Siakam has 12 points, shooting 80% from the field and 75% from three-point land. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell brings it up to the floor for Miami. Bam sets the screen. Here comes Tyler Hero. Long three on the way, and he knocks it down. And the Heat are within 4 in this game. So far, Miami has 24 points in the paint to Indiana 16. All right, here comes Siakam. Passes it right back to Davion Mitchell, and here comes Miami on a fast break. Tyler Hero up and under, and he gets the layup, and the Heat are within 2. Almost stolen away. Here comes Pascal Siakam. Gets the effortless layup, and the Pacers are up by 4. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Swings it out to Wiggins. Tyler Hero missing that 3, but Indiana comes up with that rebound. There's a 3 on the way from Obi Toppin. He misses it. Rebound goes to Miami. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Ball is intercepted by Pascal Siakam, and here come the Pacers on a fast break, and there it is again. Another dunk for the Pacers. Quentin Jackson getting that one. Jackson has 6 points, shooting 75% from the field. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins kicks it out to Davion Mitchell. Pelle Larsson drives through, gets the layup, and he does. The Heat trail by 4 in this game. Here comes Quentin Jackson. Gives it to Siakam. Siakam backs down and knocks down the fadeaway. The Pacers lead by 6. Here comes Bam. Drives in. Gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Bam knocks down the first free throw. And Bam goes 1 of 2 from the line. Here comes Nembhard. Nembhard finds Micah Porter. Porter gets fouled, and I think that should be an and 1. All right, so Michael Porter will go to the line for 2 free throws instead. Micah Porter knocks down the first free throw. And Porter makes both free throws. So the Pacers lead by 7. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins misses the basket. Rebound goes to Quentin Jackson and stolen away by Davion Mitchell. Mitchell gives it to Hero. Hero gets tangled up and he gets fouled. So that will send Tyler Hero to the line for 2 free throws. Tyler Hero makes the first free throw. So far in this game, he has 22 points. And Tyler Hero makes both free throws. So the Heat trail by 5. Here comes Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam, guarded by Davion Mitchell. And another and one opportunity for Indiana. Pascal Siakam going to the line. And Pascal Siakam misses that and one opportunity. Here comes Pella Larson. Gives it to Wiggins. Tyler Hero out to Wiggins for 3. And that one rims off. Rebound goes to Indiana. Here comes Kobe Brown. Drives in. Finds Michael Porter for the uncontested corner 3. And the Pacers lead by 10. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell drives in. Gets the layup. And the Heat trail by 8. Ball gets knocked loose. Here comes Pascal Siakam. Siakam is double teamed. And there's Shepard for the reverse layup. And the Pacers go up by 10. Bam, missing that basket. And here comes the Pacers again. Nembhard finds Siakam. No foul called, but good defense from Davion Mitchell. And a nice layup from Andrew Wiggins. The Heat trail by 8. And we're going to have ourselves a timeout. I think this might be a challenge for Indiana as they lead 74-66. And we are back. Score is 74-66. Indiana has the lead. So right now, during the timeout, Indiana looks a bit flustered after that last call that wasn't called. I mean, Pascal Siakam believed that he was fouled, but the referees did not see it. All right, here comes Indiana. Nembhard has the ball. A three on the way. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Miami. Here comes Jaquez. Finds Davion Mitchell. Jaquez thought about going for the three. Jaquez spins in and gets the layup. And now the Heat trail by 6. Jaquez now with 10 points, shooting 4 for 6 from the field. Siakam, another three. This one rims off. Rebound goes to Bam. Here comes Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero finds Jaquez, and Jaquez gets the layup. And the Heat now trailing by 4. Jaquez now with 12 points, shooting 5 for 7 from the field. Here comes Kobe Brown, and he knocks it down. And the Pacers lead by 6. Here comes Hero. Finds Bam, and Bam gets the basket. And the Heat trail by 4. All right, here comes Ryan Nembhard. Nembhard, guarded by Jaquez. Pascal Siakam now has it. Here comes Nembhard. Ball gets knocked loose. Last touch by the Heat. All right, Indiana inbounds the ball. And they managed to get the three. Ethan Thompson knocking down that three to get himself on the board as the Pacers lead by 7. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Finds Tyler Hero. Jaquez, corner 3. Knocks it down, and the Heat trail by 4. Here comes Ethan Thompson again. Gets his shot blocked, and that's going to end the second quarter. So far in this game, it's been back and forth, but right now the Pacers have a 4-point lead over Miami, 79-75. Throughout this whole game, well, to summarize the first half, Miami came out with a 13-5 lead. Then the Pacers started making comebacks. Jaime Jaquez Jr. knocked down a buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. Then it went back and forth between the two teams until the Pacers went on a run led by Micah Porter, Pascal Siakam, and Kobe Brown and TJ McConnell. Miami started making some headway of their own, but the Pacers answered back with key baskets to knock them backwards. But right now, the one thing Miami needs to do, aside from getting key defensive stops, is attacking the lane. So far, they found some success on offense with that. Attacking the lane and managing to not only get layups, but also going to free throw line. If Miami can continue to get some defensive stops along with some points in the paint, which they thrive under compared to Indiana, then they should be fine. But right now, they need to prevent the 3-point line, which is a bit hotter. Indiana. They've been getting their 3-point shots off so far this game, and Miami needs to really lock in on defense. I mean, defense as well as offense. Rebounding. Give themselves 6 points. And Bill Belichick says he's played a criminal. Otherwise, this game is going to be like the over again. And Friday's game is Cleveland. So, it's one thing to go to this half is that if you're close, yeah, so far, what they should not do is, what they should not do, losing to a last place team in the East like Indiana. So that's it. It's that time. If you have any questions or comments about the game or my game, feel free to drop it and I'll answer for you. And we are back. The third quarter is underway, despite what you see on the scoreboard on our live stream. The Heat are trailing 81-79. Here comes Bam. Bam thought about going for the corner three. Here comes Tyler Hero. Out to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell. Guarded by Jackson. Davion Mitchell. Out to Bam. Corner three. And that one rims off. Indiana so far been dominant in the second quarter and in somewhat of the third quarter. Pascal Siakam now has it, guarded by Wiggins. Siakam. Rebound goes to Tyler Hero. Here comes Pelle Larsson. Larsson kicks it out to Hero. Hero drives in, gets fouled, and he should go to the line for 2 free throws. So far, if you are tuning in, the scoreboard is kind of frozen on our end, but watching the game, the Heat and the Pacers game, right now it is 81-79. And there's a long three on the way, rims off for Miami. Here comes Indiana. Pascal Siakam backing down Pelle Larsson. Spins, gets his shot blocked, and then goes out of bounds. Andrew Wiggins coming up big with that block from behind. All right, Indiana will inbound the ball. That one goes sailing overhead. So it'll be a backcourt violation. And the Heat catch a break right there. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell drives in, kicks it out to Wiggins for 3. And Andrew Maple Jordan Wiggins 3 for Miami. And the Heat retake the lead. Here comes Indiana. Michael Porter has the ball. Backing down Bam. Misses the basket. Rebound goes to Bam. Here comes Bam. Misses the basket, gets his own rebound, gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. All right, Miami will have his side out. Here comes Pelle Larsson, drives in and gets a layup. And the Heat go up by 3, 84-81. Right now, here come the Pacers. Looking to answer back with a 3 of their own. Siakam kicks it out to Andrew Nembhard. Siakam for 3. That one rims off. Nembhard goes for the 3. And he ties the game at 84. The Heat defense broke down after that one. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins gets blocked by the rim, and here comes Indiana. Not sure who that foul's going to be on. It looks like it might be on Miami. So it should be Pacers ball. All right, it will be Pacers ball. Sorry, Indiana passing the ball around. They give it to Nembhard. Pascal Siakam pulls off for the 2. Misses it. Rebound goes to Bam. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell, guarded by Pascal Siakam. Paolo Larson for 3. Rims off. Rebound saved by Miami. Tyler Hero for 3. And Tyler Superhero knocks down that 3. Excellent looking 3, and that's going to prompt a timeout for the Pacers. I'm sorry, not a timeout, but Rick Carlisle having some words with the referees. All right, Pacers will have the ball. Here comes Andrew Nembhard. Nembhard, guarded by Wiggins. Here comes Pascal Siakam. And Siakam rolls through for the layup. Pacers trail by 1. Here comes Davion Mitchell flying through. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by Indiana, and it will remain Heat ball. You see Indiana making contact with the ball first and knocking it out of bounds. All right, Heat will have it side out. Here comes Wiggins. To Bam. To Tyler Hero. Here comes Hero. For 3. And Tyler Superhero knocks down that 3 for Miami. He now has 29 points, shooting 5 from 11 from the field. All right, here comes Andrew Nembhard. Basket is good for Indiana. Quentin Jackson knocks it down. Jackson has 10 points, shooting 5 for 6 from the field. And here comes Wiggins. The spin, passes out to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell finds Larson. Rebound goes to Quentin Jackson. And I think that's going to be a loose ball foul on Indiana. Here it is again. Quentin Jackson came with the rebound, and he elbowed Paolo Larson right in the face. I'm sorry, that was a forearm to the face. But we're going to have ourselves a timeout as Miami leads 90-88. back. Score is 90 to 88. Miami has a lead right now. But this far in the game, it is very, very close. Right now, Indiana should have possession of the ball. Here comes Andrew Nembhard. Gives it to Quentin Jackson. To Micah Porter. Porter guarded by Wiggins. Here comes Andrew Nembhard. Ryan Nembhard, excuse me. I said it right. Andrew Nembhard. Porter is double teamed, and he gets the basket, and we're all tied at 90. Micah Porter already with 21 points, shooting 7 of 9 from the field. All right, here comes Tyler Hero. Hero kicks it out to Davion Mitchell. Back to Hero. Hero guarded by Porter. Hero driving into the lane, gets the layup, and the Heat retake the lead. All right, here comes Andrew Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard steps back, knocks it down, and we're all tied at 92. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Gives the ball to Bam. And Bam muscles his way in for the basket. And the Heat retake the lead. Bam now with 11 points. Here's Micah Porter. Gives it a... And that ball goes out of bounds. Miami had a handle on the ball for the rebound, but it got away from them. So Indiana has another chance to tie the game or retake the lead. And so far in this game, Andrew Nembhard is flirting with a double-double. 9 points and 8 assists in this game. All right, here comes Nembhard, guarded by Hawkes. Alley-oops it to Obi Toppin, and we're all tied at 94. Obi Toppin right now with 8 points, shooting 60% from the field. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell kicks it out to Bam. Bam guarded by Micah Porter. Fades away, no foul called, and here come the Pacers. Nembhard goes for 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Hawkes. Hawkes, clear lane. Misses the layup, and here comes Indiana. And that's going to be, I think that's going to be an offensive foul on the Pacers. Andrew Nembhard causing that foul. All right, TJ McConnell now in the game for Indiana. All right, here comes Miami. Hawkes flies in. I think that basket should count. Hawkes was gathered. So instead, I think that's going to be side out for Miami. Hawkes got tangled up with Kobe Brown. Kobe Brown saying that Kobe Brown was pleading to the referees that was the other way around. Jay Huff now in the game for Indiana. All right. Hawkes finds Tyler Hero. Hero kicks it out to Wiggins for 3. Rims off. Rebound goes to Indiana. Here comes TJ McConnell. Gives it to Andrew Nembhard. And I think that's going to be an off-ball foul on Miami. All right, here comes. All right, McConnell has the ball. TJ McConnell pulls up, gets the basket, and Indiana retakes the lead. McConnell was looking for the foul, but doesn't get it. Here, Kel'el Ware for three. And Kel'el Superboy Ware, three from Miami. And the Heat retake the lead. All right, Indiana swinging the ball around. They give it to TJ McConnell. Finds Obi Toppin. Toppin misses it. Rebound goes to Miami. Davion Mitchell now has it. A three on the way from Miami. And good night, off night, Davion Mitchell. Sorry. Andrew Chief Wiggins. Andrew Chief Wiggins, three from Miami. And the Heat go up by 4. All right, here comes Kobe Brown. Goes past through several defenders against the dunk. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Kobe Brown now has 12 points, going 5 for 7 from the field. Davion Mitchell has the ball now. Davion Mitchell flies in, gets the layup under the rest, and the Heat go up by 4. Obi Toppin gets the layup, and it's now a 2-point game. Here comes Tyler Hero for 3. That one rims off. Here comes TJ McConnell. Jay Huff sets the screen. Gives it to Obi Toppin. Kobe Brown for 3. And Kobe Brown gives the Pacers the lead, and that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. Back and forth again, these two teams go, with the Pacers leading 103 to 102. And we are back. Score is 103-102. Kobe Brown right now with 15 points, going 6 of 8 from the field, shooting 66% from three-point land, and he has 3 assists. So far, between these two teams, it's been back and forth, with neither side giving giving an inch. Indiana coming away with that steal, but they go out of bounds. It will still be Heat ball. All right, Kasparas Giacojunas has the ball, guarded by T.J. McConnell. Here comes Tyler Hero. Kel'el Ware sets the screen. Almost a turnover on Miami, but instead it goes out on Indiana. All right, here comes Pelle Larsson driving in. And Pelle Larsson gets the layup over Obi Toppin. And so the Heat retake the lead. Larsson now with 13 points, going 6 for 9 from the field. And that's a missed three from Andrew Nembhard. All right, here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. He airballs that basket. Here comes T.J. McConnell. Obi Toppin flies through and gets the layup, and the Pacers once again retake the lead. All right, here comes Jaquez. Gives the ball to Kel'el Ware. Ware to Giacojunas for three. And Kasparas, the friendly ghost, Giacojunas, three for Miami. It is now 107-105. All right, here comes T.J. McConnell. Game clock and shot clock separated by 3 seconds. It's a corner three from Kobe Brown, and he sinks it. All right, here comes Jaquez with the final shot. And that one rims off. So at the end of the third quarter, the score is 108-107, Indiana. And we are back. It's been a close game so far between these two teams. Neither side giving an inch. We've had 10 ties and 14 lead changes. the Pacers bench has combined 66 points, while meanwhile Miami's main top scorer is Tyler Hero with 31 points, going 12 of 19 from the field. And that ball rims out for Indiana. Here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. Flies in. Gets his shot blocked by Jay Huff. Rebound goes to Kasper Yakajunas. Yakajunas backing down Shepard. And he loses the ball, and here come the Pacers. T.J. McConnell now has the ball. Kobe Brown to Jay Huff, and Jay Huff gets the uncontested dunk. Right now, the Pacers lead by 3. All right, here comes Wiggins. Passes it out to Kelly Ware for 3, and that one rims off. Rebound goes to Indiana. Jay Huff for 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Miami. Here comes Larson. Gives it to Jaquez. Jaquez flies in. Gets his shot blocked by Jay Huff. And here comes T.J. McConnell. McConnell kicks it out to Siakam. Kobe Brown for 3. Rims off. Rebound goes to Miami. And it's a fast break for Pelle. Oh my God. Pelle Larsson misses the layup. Pelle Larsson missing that layup. Kobe Brown thought about going for the 3. Kicks it out to T.J. McConnell. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Miami. And that's going to be a foul on Indiana. No. That's no foul on Indiana. But it will go out of bounds on Miami instead. All right, here comes T.J. McConnell. So far, this game has been very sloppy for Miami. And Pascal Siakam misses the layup. Rebound goes to Miami. Kelly Ware set for 3. Rims off. Rebound goes to Wiggins. Wiggins gets his own putback. And Andrew Wiggins gets the basket. The Heat trail by 1. Here comes T.J. McConnell. McConnell loses the ball, and here comes Miami on a fast break. Jaquez flies through, gets the layup, and the Heat retake the lead. Jaquez now with 17 points, shooting 50% from the field. And here comes Pascal Siakam to Kobe Brown. Jay Huff out to Kobe Brown. There's a 3 on the way from Shepard, and Shepard knocks it down. Ben Shepard knocks down that basket as the Indiana Pacers go up by 2. Hawkins comes up short with that from that miss. Here comes Pascal Siakam, flies through, gets the layup, and that's going to be an and 1 for the Pacers. And we are going to have ourselves a timeout. The Heat is allowing this game to get away from them as the Pacers lead 115 to 111. And we are back. Score is 115-111. The Pacers have the lead right now. In between the back and forth trades with the lead, as well as the ties, Miami really needs to get themselves back into this game. And that's a good start for Pelle Larsson as he makes that layup. It's a good start, but the Heat trail by 2. All right, here comes TJ McConnell. Indiana looking for a 3. And Jay Huff misses that one. Rebound goes to Bam. Here comes Hawkes to Bam. Bam fades away. Rims off. Rebound goes to Indiana. Here comes TJ McConnell in a hurry. Flies in. Makes the basket. It's 117-113 Indiana. All right, here comes Kasper Siaka-Junis. Gives it to Hawkes. Hawkes steps back. Misses the basket. Rebound goes to Indiana. Here comes TJ McConnell. Gives it to Pascal Siakam. Siakam drives in. Gets fouled, and he will go to the line. Pascal Siakam knocks down the first free throw. Tyler Hero and Davion Mitchell are in the game for Miami. Andrew Wiggins and I believe Pelle Larsson will take a seat. Andrew Nembhard is also in the game for Indiana. Pascal Siakam goes 2 for 2 from the line. All right, here comes Tyler Hero. All right, Hero looking for the 3. Hero steps back 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Hawkes. Jaime Hawkins Jr. missing that 3. And right now, the Heat's offense looks completely abysmal. And that's a missed 3 from Indiana. And here it is again. Another missed 3. Rebound goes to Bam. Miami needs to attack the rim and attack it now. Here comes Bam. Drives into the lane. No foul call. And here comes Andrew Nembhard. And he gets the layup. And right now, the Pacers are leading by 8. This is unreal. A last place team has the lead right now over Miami. And Bam gets the layup. As the Heat trail by 6 in this game. Rebound goes to Miami. That was an air ball on Indiana, by the way. Here comes Tyler Hero. Drives in. Ball gets knocked loose by the Heat. It will be Pacers ball. All right, here comes Indiana. Jay Huff gets the simple basket, and that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. Erik Spoelstra is disgusted, and so am I. The Pacers lead 123-115. And Will Belandre says, "What a joke of a coach. 3 things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and Spo not playing Bam and Ware together instead. Not playing Bam and Ware together, and Bam instead getting spent wrestling against Huff and nothing left in the offense." Well, that's been like 4 or 5 things right there. Death, taxes, and Spo not playing Bam and Ware together. I mean, what is going on? Like, you have 2 bigs. Why not play them together? Why are not? Why are Bam and Kelly Ware not out there together? That's what makes me frustrated with the C team. It's very frustrating to watch this team right now. And Hawkins is breaking it up tonight. Yeah, he kind of breaking it up tonight. I mean, after a decent third quarter he had, like decent second quarter. Yeah, the fourth quarter doesn't look good for him. And it's not looking good for Miami either. So right now, the biggest have an 8-point lead. And this is not looking good for Miami. And we are back scoring 123-115. Indiana. And right now, this Heat team looks abysmal with the way they're playing. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell guarded by Kobe Brown. Davion Mitchell kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins for 3. And that one rims off. Right now, Indiana in the driver's seat. The Pacers are swinging the ball around. They give it to Andrew Nembhard. Nembhard, long 3. He misses it. Rebound goes to Miami. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell finds Bam for 3. And that one rims off. Rebound goes to Indiana. Here comes Andrew Nembhard. He gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Right now, this Heat team is struggling. This Heat team is struggling, and they are embarrassing. They are embarrassing to watch right now. This is an embarrassment. To lose to the last place, they're losing right now to the last place Pacers. I just can't imagine how things could go south for them. All right, so Indiana will have it side out instead. Andrew Nembhard gets his shot blocked by Wiggins, but it will go out of bounds. There's a corner 3 on the way. Rims out. Here comes Miami. Tyler Hero now has the ball. Hero drives in. Another miss. Another miss for Miami. So many opportunities to come back into this game. And there's a foul. And there's another foul in the Heat. This one on Davion Mitchell. The Heat right now are collapsing. This Heat team is collapsing right before our very eyes. And a technical foul on Davion Mitchell. So that will send Andrew Nembhard to the line for the technical free throw, which he makes. Indiana will have the ball side out. They give it to Jay Huff. Jay Huff out to Kobe Brown. Back to Jay Huff for the corner three. And Jay Huff knocks down that corner three. I'm sorry, that's a two-pointer, excuse me. So right now the Heat are trailing by 11. How embarrassing is this? And oh my God, Davion Mitchell missing that layup. You cannot make this. And another foul on Miami. This Heat team has given up. This Heat team has given up. Unreal. Unreal. And right now, Pascal Siakam goes to the line for 2 free throws. Pascal Siakam makes the first free throw. And Pascal Siakam makes both free throws. So now it's a 13-point lead. Here comes Tyler Hero. Alley-oops it to Bam, and finally Miami does something. But I think it's too little too late for them. Here comes Siakam. And Siakam knocks down that basket. And another miss for Miami. All right, here comes Siakam. Siakam throws the ball away, and that's going to be... Nope, that's going to be last touch by Miami. And there's another three from Indiana. And yeah, I swear this game is over. This game is Andrew Nembhard knocking down that three. This game is over. Indiana leads 133 to 117. This has been a tough game to watch. So much so that even the scoreboard you see on the screen is not even picking up the game. It's not even following the game, I should say. This is absolutely the most embarrassing game I've seen from Miami. And they got swept by the Orlando Magic 5 times in 5 games. They got swept 5 games this regular season by Orlando. It's got to be the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen for Miami. Disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. All right, we're back. The Heat are trailing by 16 in this game. 133 to 117. Here comes Bam. And yet another Mr. Bam. Oh my God. You would have thought Bam would have dominated the paint, but no. Here comes Pascal Siakam. Kicks it out to Nembhard. Siakam fades away. Misses the basket. Rebound goes to Miami. Davion Mitchell missing that three. Oh my goodness. All right, here comes Andrew Nembhard. All right, here comes Pal Larson. Davion Mitchell has the ball. Back to Larson. Larson finds Davion Mitchell. And Davion Mitchell will go to the line for 2 free throws. And Davion Mitchell missing that first free throw. And Davion Mitchell goes 1 of 2 from the line. Not much Miami can do right now. Here comes Andrew Nembhard. Guarded by Davion Mitchell. That's going to be a kickball violation on Miami. All right, Indiana has a side out. They give it to Andrew Nembhard. And Pascal Siakam again for Indiana. And the shot clock has turned off. Bam goes for 3. That one's a miss. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. 135 to 118. 135 to 118. I am absolutely disgusted at the Miami Heat right now. It's one thing to lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers, but it's another to lose to the Indiana Pacers, the last place Indiana Pacers, the defending Eastern Conference champions, who are also in last place, by the way. That team that does not have Tyrese Halliburton out there. Yeah, you lose to Jay Huff, you lose to Quentin Jackson, you lose to Kobe Brown, you lose to TJ McConnell, Ethan Thompson. That's embarrassing. That is absolutely embarrassing. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. The Heat have to be ashamed of themselves right now. If you This is it right here. If you're looking at a season defining loss for the Heat, this is it right here. Shameful. Very shameful. And Miami Heat at this point. The way they're playing so far is unreal. It's very unreal. It's very unacceptable. It is atrocious. Man, I don't know. Like, he could get anything going in the second half. How many hot hits he was breaking? Like, he was 7 for 3. Now, one Heat player decides to go down the rim and help out on the rebounding end to get baskets. I mean, get 10 points to keep it back in the game. And then that's where we didn't get to see a combination of Bannock and Lowry out there. We didn't get to see minus 2 Giants out there. Yeah. Meanwhile, Jay Huff is knocking down corners for bases. The whole time, Indiana was playing the same small ball strategy as Miami. The only difference was that Indiana had better shooters. They had better three-point shooters than that. Tina McConnell and Nemhard. Pascal Siakam, who was playing power forward, is guarding Bam Adebayo and put up more points than Bam. That's absolutely shameful. That's absolutely shameful. And if I'm the Miami Heat right now, if I'm the organization right now, this seems to be like a long, hard look in the mirror. Because how can you be okay with the process that you have? How can you be okay with what's going on with your team? You're currently in 10th place in the Eastern Conference standings. Yeah, you're still make a plan, but it's not, it's nothing to be proud of. Another play appearance, probably not going to make the playoffs, which will basically set you up for draft lottery. But right now, that 7-game win streak and 83 points for them. Now that's a distant memory. Now that all of them burst back to life, back to reality. That's what someone said. And that is just sad. That is just abysmal. The Miami Heat should be ashamed of themselves right now. The level of playing that they put up just shows you where they're at right now. For the Heat, Tyler Hero led the way with 31 points. Tyler Larson and Andrew Wiggins had 15 points each. Davion Mitchell with 12 points and 8 assists. Jaime Hawkins had 17 points and 8 rebounds. And Bam Adebayo with a double 15 points and 12 rebounds. And for the Indiana Pacers, their bench came alive. That's what helped them as well. Their bench. Michael Porter had 21 points. Kobe Brown had 18 points. TJ McConnell 15 points. Obi Toppin with 12 points. And Quentin Jackson had 10 points. Plus a pair of double doubles. And then 15 points and 10 assists. And Pascal Siakam came up big with 30 points and 11 rebounds. Miami just threw in the towel halfway through the fourth quarter. And what was a back and forth game, neck and neck game, was a he's gone on a scoring run, and Miami didn't bother to go for second chance points. It's shameful. It's shameful how the team got to this point. It's just shameful how things got away from them and they didn't do anything about it. So the Heat had no one to blame themselves. And in that game, the Heat come right back home. The Heat come right back home to the Fan Center after a 1-2 road game, that road trip that ended in disaster. As they host the Philadelphia 76ers. The game starts tomorrow at 7 p.m. and you watch that on Peacock and NBC. Again, the Heat are back on national TV. You know what that means. It seems more like a crap itself. Heat and 76ers. Game starts tomorrow at 7 p.m. You can watch that on Peacock and NBC. Again, Heat 76ers. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Peacock and NBC. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in for today's live stream game. I know this was a very embarrassing loss for Miami Heat, but again, this team is no one to blame themselves. They have no one to blame themselves, and the way they play is unacceptable. It is highly unacceptable. And you'll want more from a team that shouldn't be middle of the road. Like, do you choose to do better, or do you say, hey, this may not be our year to make the postseason, let alone play in. So let us go down and try to be honest with each other. Say, hey, we need to figure this out. Why don't we scrap? Instead, Miami has stood where they are. Instead, the Heat has stood where they are. It's not getting better. They need to figure this out. They need to figure it out sooner than later. But, like I said, I'll thank you everybody for tuning in for today's game. I know the score it kind of froze up during halftime, so it's left me to another play-by-play and of course tell you what the score was. But again, thank you for tuning in and sharing your thoughts, sharing your comments. And I understand where you're coming from with your expressiveness. I know sometimes it's tough, but it'll stay forever. But to those of you out there who are listening, who heard the play and probably got as excited about how the Heat play, take care of one another. Love each other. Look out for one another. Always show that kindness, integrity, and politeness and tactfulness wherever you go. And pray that it comes back to you tenfold. Because you never know when that day comes. I'm John Butler, reminding you to always run to the paint. Take care. God bless. I love each and every one of you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And as always,